Hi there Simmers, this is Joy's Creative Finger. Today I'm quite excited to share with you my Latin estate. Initially when the Dance to Remember quest was released, I was a bit slow on catching on to the limited quests, so I didn't get the villa because I didn't complete on time. But when I visited other Sims FreePlayers' neighbours' towns, I was completely gutted when I saw these fabulous windows and incredible potted plants and thankfully Sims FreePlay re-released the villa into their store, so I had to purchase it for £2.99. So what you see here is I've created an estate of my own. At the tippy top we have a hut style of a tower, that's a separate building from the property itself, but within the property, as you'll see later, it looks attached on the inside. Now there aren't that much pieces of furniture in the Latin villa that you win at the end of the quest, so I've had to mix and match with other items that work quite well, creating one Latin look. Now if we come down a bit, if you see the entrance, you can see there's a door set back from an open door, so it's a little sort of shelter before you actually get into the living room. Before I actually take you into the living room, if you see out front, you can see there are some pineapple plants, and those plants came with I think it was a romantic update. You had to keep collecting pineapples and unlock items. So I've placed them there and I think they work well as a tropical plant of some sort. In the bathroom here, which is for guests, you can see that I've used the green sink and a toilet that has some green accents to it. Now, none of them are Latin items, but they work together well with some of the green colours in the property, as you'd see when I give you a general overview. So this is what I meant by saying that I've mixed and matched a few things that aren't Latin, but certainly do look well as one piece with other things in the house. Now the living room has these white leather seats. I used these because they work quite nicely with the fireplace, which I think is really gorgeous. That fireplace has got bits and pieces of crockery and some ornaments on the top there with beautiful colours, and I just love that about that fireplace. Now you see a plant, a cactus plant, and then we have the waterfall decoration, another cactus plant, and then another lotus flower in the end. That entire arrangement is on a patio which is outside, separating the front building from the tower that you saw earlier on. Now if you don't see any Latin furniture in here, it's because it's in another part of the house, and so I don't want to duplicate the same pieces of furniture. On this side of the building we have an office with the white computer table. I think you get that for a SP, and it's my beautiful office. So if we come in here, you meet Chima and Haley. They are a dancing couple who won the Sims dancing competition in my town, and the prize for this competition was winning this Latin estate. So it was a very fierce competition. They won, and now they own this beautiful house that has a section for them to do their practice in. If you visit my town later on, you'd find that Chima will always be here waiting for a partner, so do pop on over and come and have a dance with him. Now you work your way through to this lovely seating area. It's a little bit informal, and then it bends through to the dining area. But before the dining area, we have these two sets of double doors, and underneath them is a patio also. It's a patio that matches the Latin floors that you see, so it looks like one piece running right through, and it's camouflaged the fact that it's a separate building. So that's how I was able to achieve that. When I do a build for this house, you'd see how that works out, but I'm sure for some of you at a glance you can see that it works well together. That staircase too is on a patio. It's outside, situated under a balcony, and that's why it's able to stay there. We then come through to this very large dining room. As you can see, I have used the Latin style dining chairs, but there is also a green dining table, Latin dining table, but it's a 2x1. It wasn't big enough, so I didn't use it. Instead, I used another green table that we already have, in Sims FreePlay and compensated in here for a larger table. So it worked in here for me in this way. Now these two staircases flank this dining room, and it helps when you lose your walls. They serve as a stand-in wall for the area. I feel the colors do complement each other nicely too. When you come through these next set of double doors, which is walking over another set of patios, you come through to the kitchen's pantry and out a door to the backyard. So we've got the bar, the barbecue stand, the pantry, the kitchen and the dining area, all in one side of the property with good access between them, which is quite realistic when designing a home, especially concerning what they are meant for. It's all about eating, feasting and dining, drinking as it were. So this is the kitchen. It is a small space, but the manner in which I've organized it makes it look as though there's a lot of space in there. Everything that's needed to cook a meal is in here. It has a large pantry, as we just came through from, and you can place a fridge in any angle you desire. So that's a general overview of the ground floor. I used the tapestry. I think it's from the Wizard Cottage. I used 4 around the living room area because it's got all that pattern and character in it, and it just brings in that traditional touch to the space. And the waterfall as well with those plants in the middle. Obviously in real life we won't be able to see that since it's hidden, but for display purposes and in Sims FreePlay, you have to put something in there to make it look appealing to the eye of the beholder. Now both staircases, as I mentioned earlier, do lead to the same destination, and we're going to go up just the one of them to the next floor. Now you must have realized that there isn't a television in the main living room downstairs. It's a very formal living room, but upstairs, as you're going to see in a second, we come through to a more relaxed, informal yet still stylish seating area with a television for the family. So straight up from having a meal, you come up to this space and sit down, lounge around and unwind. Now there's a Moroccan lamp in there as well. I felt it worked well with the theme, even though it's not a Latin piece. It still fits in with the traditional look. There's a staircase in there that takes us up to the other parts of the property. We'll look at that in a minute. Now this is a large sort of hall-shaped room, and it again has been camouflaged by this center area here. There's some archways in the middle that break it up, and those archways are actually sitting on a patio that join the tower type structure to the back of the house to the main part of the building. So you can say these 4 tiles are sort of a restored feature in the property, a restored Latin feature in the property. So just the 4 injected in the middle makes it look unique. Less is more, and it just has a touch to it. It actually looks like part of the rug as well, if you look at it that way. So yes, instead of it being one large hall, it's sort of broken up in the middle, as I say. If I swing around this way, we then get a better view of this seating area, a setback tiny window space with a chest of drawers and some books to read. Since I'm still facing this angle, I'll talk about the closet space here for this large bedroom. It's a very simple closet space. You walk in and there's a set of doors that then lead into the place where your clothing rack should go. It's the same mirrored on this end as well. And I've placed a vanity unit in the walk-in space opposite the doors leading to the closets. And that brings us to the master bedroom. This is a blue master bedroom, and the other one has sort of an orangey mustard and green theme. So the blue bed sort of has a coordinating touch with the bathroom. I use their actual Latin sink in the middle, flanked by 2 Latin counter worktops. And then because of the blue on the sink, the 2 strands of blue, I went for the 1x1 spa rugs in there. And the toilet seat is quite unique, this particular one anyway. When you place it down, it takes on the color of the floor, and I used green tiles in this room. So that actual Latin bathtub as well works beautifully in there. Now we have the same idea featured in here too. The mustard color on the green bed inspired me to choose this color scheme. That toilet seat as well, again, takes on the color of the floor, and that bathtub isn't Latin but works quite nicely with the worktop units in there and the actual Latin style sink that's meant to be for a kitchen, but it works nicely in here. There isn't that much variety of Latin choices of sinks, as it were. So that's that master bedroom, and let me know in the comments what you think about these designs. I love them, and I will be putting them in my design tips video and actually walk through putting it together. But again, as I say, at a glance you can see how it works, or how to throw it together. Now this hall type of lounge in the middle, as I mentioned earlier, is 2 separate rooms, and so this particular room now will take us up to the tower. So from this point on, we are not going to see any more of the rest of the building but the tower. Now that staircase takes us up to a girl's bedroom. I use the Latin style wallpapers in here, which work quite nicely with the bed that I've chosen, and the Moroccan lamps as well have a traditional touch to them. I mentioned before that we have very few items, Latin style items, that come with the villa that you win at the end of the quest, and so if I put a Latin style bed in every room, it just wouldn't look right. So I've got to carry on mixing and matching furniture. So the bed against a Latin style wallpaper, or the wallpaper against some unit and stuff like that. Now the flooring as well is all uniform from the bedroom to the closet space and to the bathroom to maximize on space. So the best way to maximize on space when you have a tiny place to work with is to uniform the flooring particularly, and even the walls, so that you can give the illusion of space. Now this fire pole leads up to my rooftop hut. I call it a hut because the windows, which again came from the spa update, are like thatch, you know, sticks all stuck around and letting all kinds of rays of sunlight come in. It's a rooftop lounging area, and a very beautiful tower to look out from and to get sunbathed, listen to some music, read some magazines. I have a shower room in the side here, and also a toilet room on the other end as well. And if you come out the toilet as well, there's 2 sinks to wash your hands and to freshen up. I have a sim lying on a sauna bench, but it's not a sauna. So I'll just go ahead and put the rooftop on, and here we have an overview of what it looks like a little hut at the top of the tower with an all-round view of the entire estate. I quite like the idea that you can come up to this space, relax, be completely away from the rest of the property. You have everything you need. You've got a shower room in there, a bathroom, the radio, some magazines, and you can really lounge around for hours and hours and hours. I think that would be quite a nice feature to have in a realistic home, although it wouldn't really be detached in reality. Thank you so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and a comment would be useful for advice on what you'd like to see next, and a subscription would be very useful for notifications of upcoming videos. Have a lovely day.